Okay, let's do this. Welcome to the narrowboat that James built. Hope you're well, thanks for joining me. I'm on my dad's folding bike and I am on my way back to the boat. I've parked my car in Dudswell, which is about 5 locks away, and
traffic at the end.
Okay, about 5 locks away. Oh, wrong gear. So I'm hoping to basically get the boat down to the car. Right, I'm going to get myself one of these folding bikes, I think. Even though I've just fallen off it and clattered my leg, because they are pretty good. But the test of it is to see if this one fits in my garage. Right, there we go. It goes like that. Goes like that. That can't go like that. That goes like that. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Well, today is Sunday, and we've had a bit of a break in the weather because, well, as you can see, it's nice and sunny, although it's blowing a bit of a gale. So my plan is to move the boat a little bit off these moorings here, which I'm not 100% sure are moorings. It's a complicated sign over there where it says fishing only, and then it says no fishing. So, God knows. Anyway, so I'm going to move up a little bit. And head towards Dudswell, which is where my car is. So I am just kind of, I've just prepared the boat, I've taken the cover off and had my lunch, and I have received a bit of a treat. So I got here earlier, and underneath my cover on the stern was this little Tupperware box. Dear James, we were hoping to see you. We love your channel and we're so gutted we missed seeing you to say hi. Me and my husband love watching you. My auntie and uncle, Sue and Keith Malone, also love you. Donated to your base plate. Cheers, guys. I hope you also enjoy your homemade cupcakes. We look forward to the rest of your adventures. Love, James, Cara and Lily on boat Narrowboat New Dreams. Well, I've just seen James. He's just popped over, actually, to ensure that I received these and that no one had... Oh, they look amazing. One has capsized, so I'm going to eat him first because I have a special guest coming later and that person can have the second one. Oh, Cara, these look insane. That'll do. Thank you very much. One of my subscribers, Billy Slide, bought me 2 things, both of which have saved my bacon. The guitar case, mate, absolutely amazing. Otherwise the guitar would have fallen over loads of times along the journey, and when I move it on and off the boat, nice and easy. So mate, you're a star. The other thing you got me was some side fenders, which, well, you've all seen how many hours I spent blacking the boat, all of which, to be honest, I need to redo. But the fenders have really helped. So much so that this one has, well, you see how this has helped the boat, because this fender has suffered a puncture. So I'm going to see if I can fix it. If not, I'm going to have to get another one. Although I've seen quite a lot of Fenders on my travels, kind of in the lock, so I'm going to use my grabber next time and see if I can get one. But yeah, all the other ones are fine. Obviously, I take them up in locks. Well, now I do, and in tunnels, which kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. I've had loads of people ask me, "What's the point in them then?" The point is, when you're mooring up, it stops the, obviously you can see now the wind is pushing the boat against this bank here, and I've got 2 fenders on that bank there, which stops the metal of the boat hitting the metal of the bank. That's all it's for. It's not that you're not meant to have them up in locks. If there's 2 boats in locks and both have got their fenders down, you're not going to fit in. And if it's only me in the lock, then I don't need the fenders because I'm not hitting any walls. And for tunnels, you don't need them. Because again, if 2 boats side by side, you won't fit through. It'll wrench one of these off, and hopefully you shouldn't be hitting the sides of the boat in the tunnels if there's no boats passing. Well, that's the idea anyway. I did mention I've got a special guest coming, and for that, my special guest needs the gangplank. First time I've used this for genuine purposes. My gangplank doesn't really work on this side. It was designed to work on the other side. It's got kind of a lip that it hooks on. Well, look who it is.
Good afternoon, Skipper.
Hello, matey.
Well, it is you're looking for hands.
I've got locks to do, pal. And someone's dropped off a cupcake. There were 2 of them. I've had one, and there's one with your name on it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Right, if you want to get on board. That's it. There we go. There we go. Now lift it down. Lift it down. I don't want my mudguard taken off. That's it. You got it. You got it.
Oh, it's down already. Cool.
Yeah. And then a little bit to you. To me, to you. Yeah.
Blimey.
You're there. It's big.
It is big, mate. That is a massive bike.
Yeah, that's a big boy's bike.
That is a big boy's bike.
Have we got a little bit of line? Round she goes. Round she goes. Round she goes.
Yeah.
I'm off. Can't go anywhere, can it?
Can't really go anywhere now.
Do you want to turn the handlebars? That's perfect. Perfect position. That's perfect.
Just put the pedal down and clamp on the wall.
Yeah. Nice. Done. I'm going to try it for safety.
You tie it for safety?
Yeah. You've got locks.
Oh man, there's a shitload of locks. But it looks pretty round there, doesn't it, with those reservoirs? Alright, so we've just left Marsworth. I've got Will on board and his bike. People are going to want to know, what's it called, mate?
Rad Rhino.
Rad Rhino. Nice looking set of wheels that is, my friend.
But then there's nowhere else to go.
No. Right, we're queuing for the lock here. There's not much room to kind of get in, so I think I'm going to see if I can go on this port slot on the starboard side here. The wind's a bit blowy. Will's trying to get into the boat. Oh, he's done that rather well. The lock looks empty, so hello. You alright? That's the White Horse at Marsworth. It's closed down now, which is a real shame. I used to drink in that pub when I was at school. Make my parents think I was in double economics, but That guy's going to go back and get his boat, which is over there. So I'm just kind of hanging around, just making sure I'm nowhere near the upper sill, or the only sill, but it's ahead of me. Because I got my first mate back, he can help me on the centre line, keep the boat kind of into one side, so when this guy comes through, there's enough room for him. Well, there is another pub in Marsworth. It's the Angler's Retreat, which is a lovely pub, but sadly that one's closed down now. Right, this guy's coming in. Oh, speedy. This is our first of quite a few locks today, so I think Will's going to earn himself that cupcake. There's definitely more and more gongoozlers, which is a name given for people who watch people go through locks. There's definitely more of them as we go higher up the cut, or further towards London, shall I say. Will is such a charmer. He's not a salesman, he's a charmer. So him and that guy there were talking about how to do locks and stuff, and Will said, well, would you like to have a go? I tell you what, I'll let you do this one instead of me. Give him a chance. So hopefully Will can get on the boat now, and I won't have to pull over for him, because that is not so easy in some spots, especially when it's windy. And Will likes the boat to be stationary and, you know, nice and level with the bank. This doesn't often happen. That little charming place there, yeah, that little place there used to be called Bluebell's Tea Rooms. And in a former life, well, not really in a former life, I used to work for a different firm of charter surveyors and the current firm of charter surveyors I currently work for. And when I worked for them, we did the rent review on that place. And I spent a whole day there, it was lovely. And now I've just gone past it. Oh, nice. We're approaching Tring Summit round here. It's coming up soon. And obviously, the summit being the high point, they had to make sure there was enough water being pumped up here. So they built two massive reservoirs, and we are currently going through those reservoirs at the moment. So there's one on that side, and there's one on that side. The next lock, there's a boat coming through it. The boat moored up on the right hand side is facing this way, so that's not waiting for it. So I'm guessing if I just kind of hang back, I might be able to go straight through this. That'll be a result. I don't know what people do if they got long boats, but I've got to try to line Will up for this, for the ladder going up here. But it looks like I'm not far off that sill. Yes, made it. Much easier kind of going into the lock together as opposed to one going in first and then the other one coming in. It helps that this guy really knows what he's doing. He jumps off the boat, gets the rope. He's done this once or twice before. Lock 41. Right, Will's doing lock 42, and this guy here has gone up to set up lock 43. Oh, we've had some help on lock 42. Cheers, kids. Straight into lock 43. Still got my little helpers. This is working well. This guy straight ahead, who's setting all the locks up, whose boat's still behind us, he sets it all up on the centre line, and obviously he knows these locks and how the boat behaves in them, but it's a thing of beauty to watch how he sets it all up. So I'm watching and I'm learning, but for the moment I'm alright because I've got Will, and around here there are so many people helping, it's ridiculous. Everyone wants to have a go. Right, this isn't a hazard I've seen before. So this guy was doing the jump off the boat up the steps and with the centre line routine, but what he's done is he's got his line caught in the brickwork and it's snagged. He jumped away from it so it didn't, hang off and smack him in the face or anything, so he did the right thing, but now he's stuck. So I think he's probably going to go in and see if he can get something to cut the rope free. So as much as having a massively long centre line is useful, I guess there are occasional drawbacks. His rope, okay, he's cut his rope free now, so he can bring it in. But never argue with a rope under tension. Right, this is lock 44, Marsworth. Will is just waiting for the lock to fill, and then a little bit up there is lock 45, and that marks the start of the Wendover arm. So that means just after that is the Junction Arms pub, or the Grand Junction I think it's called, which is another place I used to go when I should have been at school, and opposite that is the old workshops for the British Waterways Board, and they there made those. So just a little bit further up here is the workshops where they made all the local lock gates. Unsurprisingly, it's now fancy flats, which is such a shame because those old workshops of the British Waterways Board were just gorgeous, stooped in history. But we'll go past it in a minute, and then it's a long stretch, or longish stretch, through Cowroast down to Dudswell. There's the toll house, which used to pick up the charges if you wanted to go down the Wendover arm, which is under there. But we're not, we're going straight on towards Berkhamsted. Well, that's the Wendover arm through there. You can't get down there, it's not all navigable, but there is a volunteer group at the moment kind of making it more and more navigable, but at the moment it says 1 and a bit miles of lock-free cruising. But we are going straight on to Berkhamsted. Wow, it is congested here. Well, is the toll keeper above a lock keeper? I must be, I guess, yeah, in charge of money. So, Will was just saying that this is, well, we think this is the high point of the cup. So the next lock down, the next lock is Dudswell, and that is downhill. So this is Tring Summit. This is the highest point on the cup. Well, we think so, around here anyway. No doubt someone will correct me. There's got to be somewhere in the Pennines higher than this, isn't there?
I would have thought possibly Wales, but...
Or Wales, yeah.
Around there, I think this is the top.
Now we're coming up to the Grand Junction, which is where the pub is, and also where the workshops are for the old BWB. They used to make the lock gates.
That looks like a weir coming from the cut, doesn't it?
These old wharf buildings is where all the gates were made. And just over there is the Grand Junction Pub. quite sad to see this. Yeah.
This used to be a hive of activity.
Oh yeah. Even when I was at school, I remember people working it. Yeah.
Engineers.
Oh, it's still got some of its character. What a shame, though. I guess the CRT need to sell this stuff off to make some money so they can dredge the cut and improve the canals for us all, I guess. Oh, look, they put some new builds in there as well. Bridge 133. This cutting here going through Tring must be about 30 foot below the, if you like, the surface of the land. Absolutely incredible how they built this, or how they dug it. And I guess you can see that from the bridge coming up ahead. And the road dips to get down to that level. But I'm looking up at the sides, at the trees on the side of me, and they are probably, the roots are probably 40 foot above my head. There's a full Smith and Turner boat. They're the brewers from down in Chiswick. Okay, we've got to Cowroast Lock, and this is where Will is going to disembark the boat and leave me to do the next one on my own. Okay, Will's just going to do this lock for me, and this is a down lock again. So we've come up, and now we're going back down, which is obviously the end of the Tring Summit. So once again, I need to keep my boat forward of the rear sill. Right, we've got Will's bike off nice and easily, so he can cycle home. And I'll carry on down to Dudswell, which is only one more lock. Will's just doing the last closing of the last paddle. I'm holding on until he's done that. See you later, pal. This is Dudswell Lock. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last lock of the day. I think this guy's coming in when he set the lock, so I'm just going to go. I think it's probably quite bad etiquette, but I'm going to go straight in ahead of him and then obviously wait for him and help him with the lock. So I've just shared a lock with Paul there, nice fella, just met him. He's going to go and moor up and finish those two gates, and the next lock is only just down there, I can see it now, so I'm going to go and set that lock up, and by the time he's done that and I've done that, we should be in together. Okay, the next lock is coming up and my car is just on that bridge. So I think this will probably be me for the night. Happy days. Right, I've just got to Dudswell and might help myself to some free-range eggs. That'd be nice with dinner. I've got a ciabatta roll. Lovely. And let's just check. Yeah, the car's there. I can just see it poking through there. Little black Fiesta. You can just make out the 5-spoke alloy wheels. Okay, here comes my boy Paul. He's closed the gates on the lock behind us. I've set this lock up for him so he can come straight in. Teamwork. Okay, bridge number 138, Dudswell. That marks the end of my navigation for today, I think. So I've always liked the idea of mooring up here. There's a little bench here that I've sat on for so many hours. Just there. That's it. And then my little Fiesta is just in front of that Mondeo. There she is. Happy days. Happy days. Paul is helping me out. He's got some mooring pins which I don't have, so he's just securing my boat. He's never had a sloe gin, so I'm going to give him some of the Queen's sloe gin and see if I can convince him this is the best drink in the world. Right, so I've moored up here by Dudswell, which is an area I know very well. My car is literally just there, so that's good. And this is it. I can be here for 2 weeks. Paul's just mooring up as well. He's on his way to Southall. But we're going to sit here by the train line. Well, here I am in Dudswell. I like this area. I know it really well. The little village is well posh. It's lovely. There's nothing really here apart from the people that sell the eggs. In terms of amenities, that's about it. I'm not going to stay for long. In fairness, I'm probably going to go over the next couple of days. The reason for it is because I'm under a tree and I don't really want to be under a tree. But more importantly, I'm right next to the railway line. It's about a few hundred yards that way, but there's no buffering between the railway line and me. So it's really loud. And when the trains go by, which is really frequent, it's a bit... So, and the freight trains, like, are about 3 miles long. It just takes forever. They're literally going for about 3 minutes past the boat. So yeah, I'm going to move on further down. The railway line in Fenders hugs the canal all the way. So I'm never going to get away from it, but there are areas where there's buildings and trees and stuff between, there you go, train. So yeah, I'll be moving in the next few days, but now it's really, I'm back to work tomorrow, and I can only really move the boat after work in the evening. So depending on what time I get back here from work, and my work kind of finishes, or depending where my last appointment is really. So I can kind of get back at varying times. So, but obviously we're coming into winter now, so I don't really want to be moving the boat much in the dark. Even though you can navigate up to 8 PM, I don't really want to. So, but I shouldn't need to. I don't have to go that far into Berkhamsted. I think it's kind of a few locks away. But I'm probably going to stay in Berko for a while. I've got a lot of mates in the town. Got one with a garden that leads down to the canal. So yeah, it'd be nice to hang around here for a bit. But good for to see Will again today. Obviously he was rather popular, a bit too popular for my liking. But anyway, yeah, he's got that massive fat bike, so it's easy for him. He lives on the top of a hill up there, but it's easy for him to get pretty much anywhere around here. He's done some kind of thing to his bike, so I think he can go like really quick, which is good because from here back to wherever I am, back to his house, is uphill the whole way. So having that big bike will be great. So yeah, he'll no doubt be back. Thank you once again to James and Cara for that cupcake. Will said thank you very much. It's lovely. And that's it. I'll move the boat in the next couple of days, whenever it can be, but I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.